Good morning, everyone. Today we'll be talking about Fibonacci retracement. How to use this tool. It's actually an indicator, but it's a powerful tool when it is well used, when it is properly combined. How do we use the Fibonacci? What does it stand for? Alright, so most traders, particularly the swing traders, always use Fibonacci to predict and determine entry position at retracement level. They use Fibonacci to predict where the market will retrace, where the market will give a pullback, which is retrace and continue in its direction. Some persons also does not believe in Fibonacci, but I can tell you Fibonacci is a powerful tool, and you need to learn how to use it, how to combine it with other things that will give you the confidence that truly it works. Alright, so very quickly now, how do I draw my Fibonacci? If you pick your Fibonacci, like this market was actually falling, which is it was actually selling, you take your Fibonacci and place it at the tip where the market was having a resistance. Bring it to draw it down to the first 100, and then you wait patiently for a clear retracement. So I will draw back this Fibonacci so you will see. Now I went to my tool here, I picked my Fibonacci and I want to draw my Fibonacci. Alright, so because we were actually looking at a sell market right here, I brought my Fibonacci to the band 6 that made up the 100%, which is exactly here. Alright, so now we must learn how to combine the Fibonacci with other tools like the trend line, our chart pattern, okay, and the break of structure. You should also detect. You should know that the Fibonacci is also effective when you combine it with a powerful candle formation like the bearish candle. This I will be spotting out quickly here, which made me to actually strongly believe that Fibonacci works very well. Alright, so we have some percentage of the Fibonacci. A lot of persons jump at Fibonacci when it is at 23%. Fine. They get a little profit. They may be lucky, the market may not hit them off immediately until it hits their take profit. Some persons jump into Fibonacci when it is at 38.2%, some persons at 50%, but some persons at 61%. Now the 50%, I will tell you, is not actually the real percentage of Fibonacci. It's just the half between the first 0 to 100. Okay, some persons often use it, but the golden zone of the Fibonacci is 61.8%. So how do we combine this as a beginner or as a professional in the market? This is what we want to do. We take up our when we look at our charts, we see that this particular zone was actually broken. There was a retrace of it. Okay, it was actually buying. The buyers were actually dominating. So that is why we must even wait patiently to know if this market was to continue buying or it was about to reverse to now start selling. You get this right now. So now, for instance, these are our people. Okay, so now we took from this point that was initially made to our 100, the origin to 100%. What will now give you other confidence to be sure that Fibonacci is working? You combine it with other tools and the chart pattern. Okay, now break of structure. If you see initially from this point after this 100, already this structure has been broken. This little zone has already been broken. It was broken by these candles here, and it retests below, giving us our first 100% touch here. Now when it moved, the buyers were exhausted. Then sellers dominated the market again with a bearish candlestick. So if you want to sell on Fibonacci, with the help of Fibonacci to confirm your retracement is correct. Wait for what? A bearish candle to confirm your sell. Immediately after a bearish candle, there might be exhaustion candle by buyers, but always identify a bearish candle to confirm that alone, to confirm that also that okay, it is perfect place to take your sell position. It should be under the golden zone, the 61.8%. Then you can as well take your trend line to confirm that you have met the significant touches of the trend line. You have met the significant touches of the trend line. Like you see here, this actually confirmed to us that this is a significant touch of our trend line. This is a daily time frame. So this confirmed to us. Here on this we have 1, 2 touch, and this is the third touch. This is the third touch. So this is how you take your time to follow up the use of your Fibonacci. Okay, now let us give it another try. So like I said, always look out for a candle pattern to support. Like at this point now, if we have seen now to show that the market actually has reversed a little, you can see this is a complete head and shoulder formation, a head and shoulder. Okay, so now let us say we miss out this trade. We wanted to wait again for another entry position on sell. Now the market has fully reversed. What do? We bring it again to that place where it hits the other 100. Initially here was the 61.8%. okay, it now moved again to another 100, right, on sell position, on sell, as the price is falling. So what happened here again? Let's say you missed the first entry and you take your Fibonacci to give you to predict the market retracement again. But market will always retrace, not go straight line. How the market moves, and this is how it will continue. Sell trend, it will continue giving you a higher low and a lower low, and if it is a buy trend, it will be giving you what? A lower high and a higher high. So look out for that move. So swing trader, now you take your trend line again. You want to have your complete touches. Is it touching or not? You see very clearly that yes, it actually, the trend here is valid. Okay, we have our one touch, our second touch here very clearly, and the retest again below the 61.8. So we have things to combine the Fibonacci with before we attempt using the Fibonacci. If you do it this way, I can assure you, you always be on a 95% win rate. 95% win rate. All right, so very quickly also, let us determine our how to buy with the help of the Fibonacci tool. Fibonacci is powerful. Okay, now we want to buy. I'll delete this one and I will call in my Fibonacci again. Okay, now I pick my Fibonacci from here. When you want to buy, you draw from the origin, the very tip where the price of action retraced from. Okay, now we have our 100. Where was the first 100 that was met in this market? Where was the first 100 that was met in this market? Very clear. All right, okay, so now this market was taken from these tips of 100. All right, okay, tip here, and eventually what happened here? This is our first 100. Now what happened here? If you see this market now, this market moved. Now we want to confirm that there are other things to help our Fibonacci. We shouldn't just rely totally on the Fibonacci, right? Fine, I bring my trend line here. I take my trend line and I have my complete touches. Already, for some traders that won't be patient, okay, they will just jump at the market without proper analysis. This is why people jump in and jump out of trade. But if you're sure of your strategy, if you're sure, like you are very skillful and you know how to use this tool, trust me, you will always make good profits from the market because you have a high profit setup in the market. Now, with the help of our trend line, we'll have one touch, two touch, and also a second touch here, a third touch rather, and we'll have a third touch here. Like you see, this my trend line is not being drawn on the body of the candle, but on the tips of the candle. We have our first touch here, our second touch, and our third touch here. Now we now also have a clear break of structure. This was our 100. Don't forget, we're just using this other tool to confirm that this will still go further. It will still sell for us. Okay. Fine. Now this initially was our first 100% that the buyer moved the market to. If you now see here, all this level can be confirmed as what? An inverse head and shoulder. This is what? The head, inverse head. This is the left shoulder, and this is another right shoulder. It was at this point this market retraced and stopped, then before it pushed up again to the upside. So you use your Fibonacci to predict where prices will trace back, particularly on a trend market. Very quickly too, let us take it up to another position now to trace back. Now this is our 100, and now this place was the previous 60 golden zone, if you remember. Okay, so this particular one now, our 100. So what happened here? You can see a swing, a twist, and eventually it moved up. So for people that has waited patiently, okay, don't forget to still confirm further our trend line. At this point of retracement at 23.6%, we had a perfect trend touches. You know, when we use our trend line as support to confirm an uptrend or a bullish market, we draw from the lowest swing to the top. Now we have our complete touches. We have touch. We have the fourth touches. It moved up very quickly. Some persons would have already entered this trade at 38%. But you wait. It's not about how fast you enter the trade. It's about being very, conservative. Some persons are aggressive, while some persons are conservative traders. No matter the profit you make, for some people that had entered at 38.2%, they may not be able to hold the trade to 100% again. If you enter a trade at 61.8%, eventually you must wait for it to hit 100 and break above the 100. So this is actually how you combine your Fibonacci with other tool. You check out for your head, you check out for your chart pattern, you check out for your swing, you use your trend lines too to support that. Use your candle formations. So we've talked about when it is on bearish move or when it is on bullish move, how you can always navigate the use of your Fibonacci. And I can tell you, if you continue trading this way, you will always have 95% win rates in the market. Don't forget to drop your comments. Your comments will always tell us on what video to produce next. It will give us the kind of feedback, yeah, whether our content are actually creating value or not. So you drop your questions too. Your questions are very important to us. If there's something you don't understand, feel free, ask it as a question and we get it trashed out. Good to see you again, and don't fail to hit the subscribe button and give us your thumbs up for like.